What is up, beautiful people around the world? Now, for the people who weren't in the premiere yesterday looking at the top 10 MVs of 2021, I just want to wish you guys all a happy new year. Now we're all officially in the new year, and I thought, what are we going to watch for in the very first day? Now, there is a video that I wanted to look out for, and I just didn't have time for it, and that was going to be MONSTA X with Rush Hour. A lot of people say this is an amazing MV, there's a lot of time input into it, and I'm really skeptical about it because, hey, if people say that, is it really the truth or not? And I want to have a look at this video today. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to be looking at Rush Hour by MONSTA X, and I'm just going to say, let's jump right into the video and see what it has to offer. And of course, guys, if you do enjoy the content you see right now, just make sure you hit that like button, make sure you're subscribed, and I would say, let's go with Rush Hour. Okay, we can already say from the start, I love the establishing shot. If we go back a little bit again, you can see more or less where they are. They're somewhere in the plains. It's very sandy. There's a lot of dust. And the way the camera moves up slowly, you see that? It's revealing more and more about the car. So this is the subject, basically. And of course, it's the subject. It's the only thing that's in the grounds. Alrighty, let's see. Very interesting angle. Like, I'm not sure if this is Dutch angle, to be honest, like when it is a little bit tilted. Well, a little bit, this is very tilted, but it seems literally as if it is 45 degrees tilted. I don't know. It's really just different from what I'm used to. So, nice approach. Nice. Very good transition. I just want to stop here. I don't know how they did it, and it might be me that I have a small hangover, but I just want to say the transition from the real location to the studio. So let's go back to it again. So from here to this was very seamless. I want to check it out again. Okay, so it was literally this white scene here that made it look as if that was again in another location. But I thought for somehow this was not in studio, this was in the real location. It's very nice though what we see here. We saw this already effect, or the, you know, the hands behind a cloth many times in different MVs. But I still like it. It really gives this eerie feeling. Very nice. Man, this song is uplifting. Makes me want to pump a little bit in the gym. Very nice how the camera also tilted from side to side a little bit. Again, keeping the camera moving, keeping it interesting, keeping it unique from one scene to the other. Good. Like literally, the camera here is literally tracking the movement of the face very much. Like again, let's focus here. It keeps on focusing more and more into the face. It makes it very intimate, as if he's actually going to burst out of your screen. Do you see what I mean? It's tilting again, but it seems as if it's going to come out of the screen. Very nice. Very interesting here, actually. The video here is very dark, and I have a feeling that it's dark. It's because they did this in post. They darkened it off a little bit, so they turn off the... To be honest, it could be the highlights. It could also just be them making everything a little bit darker. Why? That's the question. Are they going for a darker theme, or did they film in a darker location? I can say that they filmed actually with proper lighting conditions. It's because their jackets and everything else is lit accordingly, but wouldn't it have been just a little bit smarter to maybe film normally, but make the lights a little bit more dimmer? You know, that's me just dimming myself right now. Interesting choice of tactics here, and they could have just thought about this in post to say, okay, let's just dim it down. Because again, if you look at here, for example, between this scene and this scene, you can clearly see that if you look at his hair, they really just dimmed this part of the video down completely. And if we go to the next scene, let's slowly get there. Where are we? Come on. It's a completely different tone of brightness. And it's interesting. You know, it's a very interesting approach. I've never seen this. But then again, it could have been a last-minute change. Very nice. I love these kind of effects. I love when particles are real and they're created by real elements in a video. In this case, it's all caused by the drifting car. Very nice. Don't stop what you're feeling. And then here it's lit up properly. That's so weird why the other scene is a little bit darkened down. Like, maybe you guys know. If you do know, put it in the comments below, of course. Here, now it's here dark again. Huh? What are they... I don't get it. I personally don't get it, but it's an interesting choice what they're doing here. I just want to say that around 60-70% of the shots are all tilted. Again, it's a very... It seems as if the camera people were told, like, hey, we want to have a unique approach to all the shots. And they're like, okay, the only thing we can do is pan, we can tilt, we can do this, we can do that. So they went a lot with the tilting, you know, from left to right. Interesting again. Let's go back to that scene actually very quick. I want to show it to you. Let's see where it is. So the reason why they film from the bottom is because it makes people look so much bigger than what they are. It makes them feel more impressive. It makes them more... important to the scene, if I can say so, and that's why they have it as well. I mean, here you have a flag, so there must be a reason why he's holding a flag. Maybe he's a rebel, maybe not. Again, if you know the story of this MV, tell me. But I like the scene itself. I like these kind of angles. I like when people look much bigger than what they actually are on camera. Wow, that was cool. Let's watch it again. Oh, that was really cool. Really on beat. The choreography was perfect. The camera angles were perfect. And I love the wide angle shot that picked up their entire ripple effect. Oh, that's so cool. I mean, sometimes I get these ideas like how or why do they say certain elements and why are they in the MV? So here the word boomerang comes up and then you have these CGI boomerangs flying around them. I think it's very just unique because it's like, did they want to add the boomerangs in the production itself, like prior to the production? Like, was this already on the script or not? I'm always curious about the decisions because I know from both sides. Sometimes these ideas come later and it's an interesting question, of course. Really cool MV. The thing how I'm gonna call this video is just seamless. It's amazing how it's pulling me from real locations to studios. And I said this already at the beginning of when I started looking at this MV. But it's just amazing the way we're teleported everywhere so nicely without like, huh, where are we now? Huh, where are we now? It's very nice because the focus isn't really the location. It's more the choreography. It's more the people. It's a very interesting approach because it doesn't have a lot going on in the studios. I mean, look at this. There's only a ceiling, a black background, nothing too much. And you can see where the focus is. It's on the people and the clothing, but nothing else. So the video is carried by the MONSTA X members in this case. Again, it's always questionable for me as well whether this was a clever choice of clothing because the background is black and the clothing in most cases is black as well. I mean, here we see, do you guys see that? You guys cannot see it, but the guy behind me is also wearing white pants. That I think is nice. Maybe it would have helped a little bit more if they were all wearing a little bit more brighter clothes, maybe a gray tone, maybe a white tone, but something to make it a little bit more contrasting because if you look here, he's starting to become invisible, you know, at least his clothes are starting to become invisible to the background. Maybe a pattern would have helped here, you know, maybe something white going over it or something to just make him pop out a little bit more. Because at the moment, the only thing that's popping him out is actually the skin tones. Man, this is so amazing. These cuts are just perfect. Really cool as well. Let's go back to it again. I just want to analyze it. Do you guys see that there's a lot of lights behind these boards, and including on top of that you have all these crosses? Very cool, I think, because it just makes the light source or these beams look a little bit different. You know, they become getting these shaped cross effects, which I really like. It's not just holes, it's not just something boring. You can more or less see the shape of the cross going through the beam. Really nice. And this is just going throughout the entire set. Very nice. Man, we see those arrows falling. One sec. I want to see if they are real or not. So, one sec. Let's go look at that again. I mean, the arrows are really dropping. I'm wondering how they filmed this because they're for sure real arrows. And it could be that they filmed it again in 2 times. In other words, he's standing there one time without him being standing there. And one time they're just dropping arrows on this target. I think they did it like that. And the camera is on a robot. So they did the shot twice. One time with him standing there and one time without, making this look so awesome. Because I can imagine those arrows actually being sharp because they are actually penetrating the plastic or the paper here.
Eat this.
This guy with the red hair, I don't know his name, but he's really owning his part. He really wants to show how cool he is. Great job, man. I really understand slowly how they made this so seamless. It's really the lighting. Let's go back again quickly so I can showcase to you guys why I think this is so beautiful. Let's go to... Let's just watch from here. Is it here? No, it's here. So here we have, like, for example, a red and black background. Very simple to see. Okay, everyone is happy. And then they're decreasing the red. You can still see some red in the background, like a fire is bursting or something is happening in the background causing this red. And they're basically dimming down the colors a bit by bit more. And it just makes it a little bit more seamless. It's not very harsh. It's not just jumping from blue to red to green or something. It's really just going from red to a little bit darker red to even lesser red. And then it goes to a completely different scene again here. But you still have that red tone, this very dark red tone on the bottom. Very smartly done. And it's also a little bit on the top here. Man, this is clever. The lighting here is top notch. He's really just owning it, no? Good for him. Wow, what a masterpiece by itself. I'm not saying it's a masterpiece by the way it's filmed, but it's just such a clever way how they actually edited the entire video. It's very clean and the attention to lighting is really high. And for me, it just made everything so seamless. It's great. I love when they put a lot of attention into these certain elements because it just shows how much attention these elements actually need. It shows how much attention you need to give to everything also outside of the filming. In the editing part, you really have to make sure that everything is clean, transparent, and there is a link between scene to scene, that it doesn't jump from A to B to C to D without really an understanding. But here, there is a clear linkage between all of the scenes, and it just makes it seem as if they're all in the same location non-stop. It's a really weird way of saying it because we all know all of a sudden it's in the studio, then it's in real life location, but we can actually see, or for me at least, that you can actually see and feel as if, wow, it doesn't matter where the film is at, it's just very clean and it really works out. And also the focus here, of course, is the group. Very interesting. It seems as if the backgrounds were not that important after all, and it's a different approach because normally they always try to emphasize that the studios that they work in or anything on the location where they are is just very clean, and this is really, really good. I mean, guys, what do you actually think of the MV? Do you enjoy it? Do you not enjoy it? I really think it's a great MV, and I hope this is a good start to 2022 because I want to have as much fun as possible as well, of course. You know, I want to have a good time. I know this is the first video, and I'm just going to say thank you very much for watching, guys. And if you did enjoy the video, like always, just make sure you hit the like button, make sure you're subscribed, and I'll see you on the next videos. Just enjoy your very first New Year's Eve or New Year's Day with your family, with your friends. Even if you're alone, just try to make the most of it and give yourself something special. We all deserve it. But for now, guys, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you on the next video. I really need to take a bath because I have a bit of a hangover, but that's totally okay. I'll catch you then, guys.